Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, we are going to be building YaoYao. This is obviously the series where we build every single 4-star character on my account. Now with her, I did struggle a little bit to level up her talent, so this is like a disclaimer. We're gonna be finishing that up in the next video of this series. I did a showcase which you're gonna be able to watch at the end of the video, and now let's just get to actually building her. Okay, so this is where we're gonna start at. She is level 40. I do not think her stats are that bad. I already kind of prepped some of the artifacts that I wanted to give her. She was actually recommended to me by one of you guys that watch these videos. I am also really bad at pronouncing her name, so forgive me for that. But yeah, I already prepped some artifacts. I gave her a fully leveled up plume because I had one from when I was building YaoYao. Now I want to give her the 4-piece set of the Deepwood Memories artifact set. Now I do have to tell you guys that I kind of struggled with giving her a good circlet. That was definitely a challenge. I could not find a circlet that would give her a healing bonus, because that's what is recommended to you when you actually look at the recommended stats and all of that. So I went with HP instead, because that's what she scales off of. Most players use the healing bonus. I think it's a good stat. I think she has a lot of potential to be a good healer. I just did not have the kind of anything that I could actually use for her to make her a really great healer. I also did not really pay attention that much to her crit rate and her crit damage, but I'm trying to work with what I've got here, and if I had to spend more time on building certain characters then I would have kind of, well, I would need around a month to build a character really nicely. So and then the videos would just be, you know, a mess and all of that. I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. Now I tried to fight this boss with, you know, Raiden and YaoYao, since you need Electro and Dendro to fight this boss. By the way, my previous run was very unsuccessful. I did not take any Dendro or Electro characters with me, but I've never really fought this boss, so that's my explanation for it. And now I did change the team later on so that it's a little bit more efficient. This run took me way more than I would like it to take me, but later on me fighting the boss is going to just basically be way quicker than it is right now, so don't worry, I perfected fighting this boss pretty quickly. And for the second domain run, I took Tighnari with me. I decided, and by the way, this took me like 2 tries, I'm pretty sure. And my Tighnari is not very built. I definitely want to build him in the future, because I know that he is a good character to have, and losing pity to him is like not losing pity at all. So I decided to go over to the Statue of the Seven and heal him, and maybe figure out another team to fight this boss with. And as you can see right here, right now, I'm about to level up her to level 50 and then to level 60. I need to tell you guys that I'm starting to feel very broke in this game. My Mora is running out. I barely have any XP materials, like I'm just scraping by here, and I really do not like that. Because I said it in the previous video, I really do not like farming XP books. I do not like farming Mora or anything like that. I think I shouldn't be, doing that. But we're not, as players, I think we're not being provided with that many materials like that. I had quite a big fortune on Genshin when I started playing again, and now when I'm finally building all of my characters, I'm starting to notice how hard it is, and not even time consuming, just the materials running out and all of that. I don't mind that it's time consuming. I just mind that I'm using up all of my resources and struggling to get by. But anyways, as you can see, I cooked up a pretty good team for fighting this boss. Raiden, Fischl, and Tainari, and Farina as well. Raiden and Farina are mostly for doing damage to the boss, so that the boss gets into the state where we actually really need to use Fischl. And Tainari, I think having both characters for fighting this boss is kind of necessary if you want to defeat it quickly. So yeah, that is my advice, but I kind of assume that all of you guys already know how to defeat this boss quickly. Now, after ascending her, you can see that we are really lacking in level up materials, but we're gonna get to that a little bit later. As you can see, I entered this domain right here that contains YaoYao's weapon ascension materials, but it was Sunday, so it was also Fischl's weapon ascension material day. It's the same domain, so like I promised in the previous episode of this series, I'm gonna be you can see me farming materials for Farina's weapon right now. We're gonna ascend her weapon, because like I said, it's what I promised in the previous video, and I'm gonna keep that promise. Okay, so after ascending Farina's weapon, we're gonna get to farming YaoYao's weapon materials and all of that stuff. I was thankfully able to farm all of the materials in like 3 runs, I'm pretty sure, so that's very nice. Obviously, we ascend the character to level 80 and we ascend their weapon to level 80 as well, because I feel like ascending the characters to level 90 and their weapons to level 90 would be way more time consuming, and I do not need every single one of my 4 stars to be level 90. The only exceptions are, I'm pretty sure, Rosaria, Beto, and Bennett. I was kind of thinking about also making a video on one of them, because Beto was my first main when I started playing this game, so I definitely want to build her really nicely, but my issue with her is mostly artifacts, and with Rosaria as well. That used to be my OG team. My OG team was Beto, Rosaria, Bennett, and I don't know if Kazuha, I think Kazuha was not out at that time when I started playing. I don't know. I'm very confused when it comes to, putting a timestamp on certain things, but I do remember my team being Beto, Rosaria, and Bennett. Maybe Kazuha later on, but then I switched Beto to Raiden, and then I got Yelan, and I switched Rosaria to Yelan, and oh my god, I've went through kind of a lot of teams but not as much as other people probably. I get kind of attached to characters. Then I remember it was like Arlecchino, and oh my god, there's so many. Anyways, because I kind of lost track of what I actually wanted to talk about, now we are gonna get into building her artifacts and leveling them up. Right here, you know, I'm trying to look for a better artifact for her, and don't get mad at me, I will be leveling up these artifacts with other like 5-star artifacts. Unfortunately, the economy is so bad that I needed to do that in order for her build to be even decent. The plume really helped us throughout all of this. So that's the sands that I gave her. We're gonna change it later on when I'm gonna show you guys her actual finished build. Now I'm looking for a good goblet, like a even better goblet, but I just decided to stay with this one. And yeah, since I did not have a good circlet for her, I decided to level up her talents just a little bit, just enough so that she does at least some damage with her elemental skill. And yeah, since the artifacts that I had were not the best, we're gonna go, as you can see right here, and we're gonna farm her artifact set. Now, some of the artifacts that I got, I genuinely have only one word for them, and it's disgusting. I got, and you're gonna be able to see it here, 2 goblets with defense as the main stat. I think that's so disgusting. And I also got a goblet with physical damage bonus. I do not want to build any characters that, you know, do physical damage. I'm not the biggest fan of those characters, I guess. So I don't really need that. And then I also got, I'm pretty sure, another def artifact that had def as the main stat. So the only word I can say for, the only word that I can kind of say is just disgusting. And yeah, also the footage that you have just seen of me, you know, farming that artifact domain was from a totally different day, because obviously I had more resin. I literally decided to use all of my fragile resins, and I had 300 fragile resins, so I was kind of prepared, but it's, you know, mostly thanks to the event and the rewards from the event, and that I was able to get so many fragile resins. Now I'm just kind of like looking through right here and seeing what artifact, what sands is better for her. I gave her this one at first, but later on in the video I'm gonna change it, so do not worry about that. And now it's time to farm XP materials for her, and let me tell you, it took a lot of tries to do that. So I did it kind of a lot during this whole video, but in the end I did manage to level her up to level 80. Okay, now that she is all leveled up and I managed to farm some of the XP books, we're gonna do the boss again. I can't really say much about this boss right now other than the fact that I mastered it. I absolutely mastered fighting this boss. Obviously you're seeing a way shorter version because I do not want this video to be 40 minutes. And yeah, after fighting this boss, we are gonna send her, of course, and then we're gonna try out the artifact transmuter. And I'm not gonna give a spoiler to you guys on how it went, although I'm pretty sure you can figure it out on your own. Okay, so I have to admit that I do think that I got some pretty good artifacts from the artifact transmitter, but I was still a little disappointed because I did not get any artifacts that I could actually use for YaoYao. Oh my god, I cringed so much when I say her name because I cannot pronounce it well. I feel like I cannot pronounce it well, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I tried to level her up a little bit. Obviously, that was not enough to level her up to level 80. But I decided to give her an HP circlet. It's definitely not the best one, but I did not have any other one, and I think the HP works just fine. And as you can see, I leveled her up to level 77 because I did not put the footage in here because I thought that seeing me farm these XP books could get kind of boring when I do it so many times. So yeah, I was farming XP books and I did not put the footage into the video because I feel like it just gets a little boring. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys a couple more of the domain runs that I did today so that you guys can see what I actually got from the artifact domain. It's actually pretty cool that I'm farming this domain because I know I want to build Tainari in the future, so I'll have a bigger range of artifacts to use. Okay, so after leveling up her sands, I went into my teapot, bought some transistent resin, and that was actually the best idea that I ever did. And while I am farming some more of her level up materials, I'm gonna tell you guys something that I did. We're gonna get right into the showcase after these XP materials runs, and that's because I wanted to level up her artifacts off camera since I was using 5-star artifacts and I don't want to trigger any of you guys by me doing that. It was a struggle and I wouldn't have been able to finish recording this video on time if I didn't do that. But anyways, time for the showcase. Now her crit rate to crit damage ratio is not the best. I don't know if it needs to be higher, so obviously if I'm doing something wrong, you guys can always tell me in the comments what I need to change. As for her artifacts, her flower, I think it's pretty good. You guys saw me level it up, and I think the stats are pretty great. The crit rate could have been a little higher, but I'm not complaining. The plume, you already know the plume. I've showed you guys this one a couple of times already. I could give her the one for from Arlequino's and Corin's set, but I didn't. And yeah, so the sands, you know, the sands, it's not the best. I do have some other options that also give HP with some crit damage as a substat, so if I should change the sands, you guys can tell me down below. The goblet is pretty good. It's been with us from the beginning, I'm pretty sure. and the circlet. I did not manage to level it up to level 20, and the substats are not the best, so that's the case. Obviously, like I said, she is C3, and I leveled up her elemental skill one more time, and that's all I managed to do in the span of like a week, I'd say. And now for the actual showcase. I did the showcase 4 times on 4 different bosses. I'm gonna show you guys only 2, because with the last 2 I kind of got the hang of what I was on how to like use these characters in this team. And I'm gonna sum up everything during the end of the video, and I'm gonna let you guys watch the showcase right now. Okay, so to sum up this showcase, I definitely saw Alhaitham do way more damage than he usually does. So I don't know if it's thanks to YaoYao and the fact that she applies Dendro, because I know with one of his sets you need somebody that's also Dendro on the team, or if it's just Fischl giving an attack buff, because I think that's what she gives. I do not know if YaoYao gives any buffs to other characters. I know that she applies Dendro damage and that she heals. Overall, she heals like 1k like 200 per heal. So I think that's okay. I think that's great. I obviously do not have a healing bonus artifact on her. I think she did a pretty good job. I think her and Fischl gave Alhaitham some help for sure. I've seen him do 25k during his fight with the first boss, and then with the second boss he was constantly doing quite a lot of damage. His build is still not the best, but I think the girls helped him a little bit, and also Raiden definitely helped him to apply more damage basically. But yeah, anyways, since we are approaching the end of this video, I would like to thank you guys very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, you can always leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and yeah, see you next time.